is up, guys? EJ here, back with another video. And today I'm going to be kicking off my series of videos, all my top 10 lists of the 1990s. So today it's going to be my top 10 films of 1990. If you want to go see other top 10 lists I've done, just go to my channel and you can look up playlists, and you'll find all my various top 10 videos. All these new top 10s of the 90s will also be going into that playlist as I go along. So yeah, top 10 films of 1990. Starting off, we have number 10, and that's Ghost, directed by Jerry Zucker, starring Patrick Swayze, Demi Moore, and Whoopi Goldberg. One of the great romantic films of the 90s, sort of a romantic crime thriller. Very interesting. Patrick Swayze and Demi Moore as a happily married couple. But one night, Patrick Swayze gets shot and during a attempted robbery, and he comes back as a living ghost and enlists the help of Whoopi Goldberg, who plays a psychic, more a charlatan, he believes, to help find what happened to him, why he got killed, and help explain to his wife, Demi Moore, what's going on. Really great movie. I know a lot of people aren't too keen on chick flicks, but this is one you can't deny the power of Ghost and some of its most classic scenes. Obviously the clay molding scene and the music by the Righteous Brothers, those go hand in hand. Yeah, just a great film, Ghost. Okay, number 9, we have Misery, directed by Rob Reiner, of course, based on the novel by Stephen King, starring James Caan and the great Kathy Bates. James Caan plays a writer who gets caught up in a blizzard. I believe it's set in New England or Maine. He crashes his car, and Kathy Bates is the seemingly kindly woman who rescues him, puts him up in her house in the bed so he can recuperate from his injuries. But it turns out she's an obsessive fan of this writer, and eventually she keeps him there against his will. Kathy Bates, amazing performance. Of course, she won Best Actress for this role. The scene where she puts his ankles against the block and bashes them in with a sledgehammer is not always easy to watch. I always sort of look away when that scene happens. But Misery, a great thriller with 2 fantastic performances by James Caan and Kathy Bates. Okay, number 8, we have Edward Scissorhands, of course, directed by Tim Burton, starring Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp plays a weird sort of creation by this mad scientist, played by the great Vincent Price, up in a weird house up in his attic. Creates this sort of gentle monster made of black leather and zippers and spiky hair, pale face, and of course his hands are all scissors and knives. One day Diane Wiest finds him and invites him to her home to take care of him, and there he meets her daughter, played by the really lovely Winona Ryder in this. Love her performance in this. She's actually really beautiful in Edward Scissorhands. It's probably my favorite performance by her. Yeah, just a beautiful fantasy tale. Of course, the first time Tim Burton and Johnny Depp teamed up. Obviously, in recent years, it hasn't been as successful as it was in this film, and films like Ed Wood and Sleepy Hollow. Big fan of that film. But yeah, great movie, great performances. I love Anthony Michael Hall as well, as sort of the asshole boyfriend. A different role for him. Just a beautiful movie. Edward Scissorhands. One of my favorite fantasy films of the 90s. Okay, up next, number 7, we have Miller's Crossing, directed by the great team, the Coen brothers. One of their most underrated films, in my opinion. Fantastic gangster picture. Set during Prohibition about the Irish mob, led by Albert Finney, Gabriel Byrne, his right-hand man. Great cast. You've got Marcia Gay Harden and John Turturro. Just a really good film. Doesn't really get talked about much when you talk about the Coen brothers and all their great work. Two of the best directors of the past 20 years. Well, longer than that, really. 30 years almost. Yeah, just a great movie. If you're a fan of the Coen brothers, this is definitely one you should check out. Okay, number, where are we? 6. We have The Grifters, directed by Stephen Frears, starring John Cusack, Angelica Houston, and Annette Bening. Great movie about small-time con artists. I've always been a fan of films about con men and plans and schemes and robberies and stuff like that, heists. But yeah, very cool, sort of slick movie, little movie. Great performances by all three, especially Cusack and Annette Bening as well when she was younger. A little bit of nudity in this from her. Angelica Houston, great as Cusack's mother. Just a great movie and a great cast. If you like con men films, this is definitely one worth checking out. Okay, up next we have number 5. And that's the classic Total Recall. Of course, directed by Paul Verhoeven and starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. We've got Rachel Ticotin, Sharon Stone, Michael Ironside. One of the great action sci-fi films of the late 80s, early 90s. Yeah, I think probably Arnold's most underrated movie. Obviously a classic now. It was remade last year with Colin Farrell, Jessica Biel, and Kate Beckinsale. I was a fan of that. I liked it a lot. Obviously not as good as the original, but yeah, it had a lot of cool scenes and some good action. But Total Recall, of course, set on Mars. Arnold trying to figure out his new role as a secret agent when he thinks he's just a normal, regular guy, regular family man. His wife tries to kill him. Sharon Stone, awesome. So many great moments. The three-breasted hooker. The scene in with the security scene where he's dressed up as a woman and he takes off the head and it turns into a bomb. Both of which were sort of paid homage to in the new Total Recall. That's sort of why I like that film as well. Yeah, just a classic. Total Recall, one of Arnie's best. Okay, number 4. We have Pump Up the Volume, directed by Alan Doyle, I believe, or Moyle, sorry. Alan Moyle. Make sure I get that right. Starring Christian Slater and introducing Samantha Mathis. It was her first film. Great Generation X teen movie of the early 90s. Sort of a great teen angst movie that I watched in high school for the first time. So I was around the same age as this film sort of appealed to. Christian Slater plays a high school student who moves to Arizona with his family. His father moved there because of business or something. He's from the East Coast. He's not fitting in. He's not doing well. And but he's sort of a radio whiz, and he creates his own pirate radio show, Hard Harry, or Harry Hard On, something like that. Just a fantastic, very funny show, sort of in that Howard Stern sort of mold. Plays great music, talks about sex and drugs and all that kind of stuff. Sort of teen rebellion type of stuff. Sort of causes an uproar at the high school and all the students. Just a fantastic film. It's definitely not a comedy. It's definitely a drama. Great performances by Slater and Samantha Mathis. The music's fantastic. Yeah, love this film. Always have. Okay, number 3, we have The Hunt for Red October, directed by John McTiernan, starring Sean Connery and Alec Baldwin. Of course, the first film based off a Tom Clancy book, my favorite of the Tom Clancy adaptations. Sean Connery plays a Russian submarine subboat captain who's decided to defect to the West using this top secret nuclear submarine called the Red October that has a silent drive and can go under the sea undetected all the way to the eastern seaboard. It's just a fantastic military action thriller. So many great moments, a great supporting cast. You've got James L. Jones, Sam Neill, Scott Glenn, Stellan Skarsgård. Rick Ducommun even makes a great appearance. If you're a fan of The Burbs and Die Hard, you know who that actor is. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of this film. The last 30 minutes, how that all unfolds with the various submarines and the U.S. and the Russians chasing Sean Connery, how that all unfolds is absolutely brilliant. Some of my favorite scenes on film in any movie, period. I love the music by Basil Polidoris. Yeah, definitely a great movie from the early 90s. One of my favorite performances by Sean Connery. Obviously, it's kind of silly, all these British and Aussie actors playing Russian, speaking English, but who cares, man? These are just great people and great performances and great roles. And yeah, I absolutely adore this film. Okay, number 2, we have Dances with Wolves. Of course, the winner of Best Picture that year, along with Best Director Kevin Costner. Of course, this film directed and starring Kevin Costner. Just a fantastic, sweeping, epic, sort of a war western. Never really understood what genre it really does fit into. I've always considered it a western. Costner plays John Dunbar, a lone Union soldier during the Civil War, who's sort of tapped to man a small outpost on the western frontier, and there he runs into Native Americans, I believe the Sioux. Brutal film in parts, when that early scene where that guy is sort of having dinner, eating his chicken, and the Indians come along and they shoot him like with 4 or 5 different arrows. That scene always made me pretty squeamish, especially when I first saw it. And I saw this film when it came out back in 1990. I went to the theaters when I was 12 years old in England to watch this film. Just a beautiful movie. I know a lot of people sort of don't like it because it won Best Picture that year instead of another movie that I'll get to in a moment. But it's a great film, one of Costner's best. Great supporting cast, especially Mary McDonnell and Graham Greene. Fantastic sweeping scenes, great cinematography, great music by John Barry. Yeah, the Buffalo Hunt is a fantastic scene. Yeah, just a great film, and definitely one of my favorites, starring and directed by Kevin Costner. Okay, number 1, we have Goodfellas, of course, directed by Martin Scorsese, starring Ray Liotta, Robert De Niro, and Joe Pesci. Lorraine Bracco, great as well, and Paul Sorvino. Story of Henry Hill. Great mafia film. Excuse me. Definitely my favorite sort of mafia gangster movie, and still my favorite Martin Scorsese film. Fantastic cast, fantastic performances. A lot of people think they should have won Best Picture, obviously, that year, because it is one of Scorsese's best. And Joe Pesci, amazing as well, winner of Best Supporting Actor that year. Yeah, just a fantastic film. I dare anybody to watch Goodfellas and not love it. It's that good. So many great moments, great scenes, great characters. Just the ultimate sort of highly stylized gangster movie. Yeah, just a classic. So that is my top 10 of 1990. Obviously, up next will be 1991, and so on. So thank you for watching, and until next time, I'll see ya.
Bond. James Bond.